Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Yankee and the Brit Sports Talk, where we talk about things like football most of the time, but we try and talk about other sports as well if they come up. You may notice that the Yankee, otherwise known as Jay, is not here. He's got some family stuff, nothing to worry about, guys. Don't you worry. And he'll be on the next show undoubtedly, which means you have to listen to my British accent leading the show. I hope that's okay with everybody. And I'm joined by our guest for today, pro footballer out in Mexico, Rickey Benson. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good. I mean, long days coming in with the sun outside. It's kind of messing up with my body clock at the minute. But I mean, you're a pro footballer out in Mexico, so the sun is no stranger to you.
Yeah, not no stranger at all.
No stranger at all. Let's talk about you living in Mexico first, man. I mean, how mad is that? Like, how exciting is it to go out and just play pro football somewhere you love in such an amazing part of the world?
The best part about it is just being able to play the sport that you love. Like football, I grew up playing football, but here in Mexico, it's been a great experience. Like it's just been my only problem is the language barrier because I still have to learn Spanish. So, but I have teammates here and there that'll help me on the way. But it's been a great experience. The mountains around the city of Monterey. It's a very good scenery, and everything's just been amazing since I've been out here.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a plus of like obviously everybody wants to make it to the NFL. Like that's where the dream is from when you're a little kid. That's where you want to be. You want to be playing in the NFL. But I mean, we've had a few guys on the show now where they're playing their pro football abroad, and to me that sounds awesome. Like being able to travel the world whilst playing football.
Mm.
What is your favorite part of living in Mexico apart from the football, obviously?
That's a great question. That is a great question. So apart from football, I would just have to say like the people. Like the people,
Yeah.
they're very open. Like they're everybody says hello. Like hola everywhere you're going. Like everybody's very nice, outgoing. And I would also say like just the scenery, like the city of Monterey, like it's very nice. Like the mountains, like it's so here on our head, like the mountains is actually in the shape of this right here, like one of the mountains. So that's where
Wow.
the team actually got their logo from. So it's been like everything is just amazing. Like it's been a great experience. This is my first time outside of the country of the United States. So it's been a great experience.
Yeah, it's so interesting to see that it's like intrinsically linked to the mountains as well. Like that's awesome. The fact that they take their logo from the scenery around them. That's fantastic. I've been to like Central America before, and as you say, the
Mm.
people are just so like hospitable, so nice. Like they're just great. And we were talking just a little bit before the show about the language barrier being a problem. The language barrier being a problem, and on the show as well. And it is a problem, but not a problem that people aren't willing
Nope.
to help you with. People aren't willing to help you solve. Like in the UK, we don't like we're shitty at learning languages. It's one of our worst traits as a country. But yeah, it's something that they really, really want to help you with, like that language barrier in Spain. Now, do you find a language barrier when you're actually playing football, though? Like, how many of the players are actually Mexican?
So each team is allowed to have up to 10 imports. So like basically players coming from anywhere. It doesn't matter like where they come from, as long as they're not inside of Mexico, not coming from Mexico. My team personally, we have about six of us. It's about six of us. And it's it's hard kind of because like basically at every position there's somebody different. Like I'm an offensive lineman. Like I play all five spots.
Yeah.
But I'm the only offensive lineman that's from outside of the country. So everybody else around me, they kind of speak Spanish. But it's good that I have my friend Emilio. He plays left tackle here for us, and he helps me out a lot. And our center Pouchy, because I'm at left guard right now. So they actually been very helpful with me since I've been here, and Give him a huge shout out with that.
Yeah, and whenever you see O linemen, especially on things like Hard Knocks and All or Nothing and all of that, it's that fraternity, it's that kind of brotherhood, like that is in the offensive
Got each
line. Like
other's back.
I think it's like the kind of position with the most like family kind of bond. Like I remember when the Cowboys did, it was either All or Nothing or Hard Knocks, whichever one it was. And Fredericks takes them all out for food and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, that looks like so much fun. And so it's not getting in the way, though. The language barrier is not getting in the way of your fraternity with your offensive lineman is kind of what I'm getting at, I think.
Yep, they actually had to teach me Spanish too as well. So they've been trying to
Sick.
help me with learning.
Take you out, drink some tequila, like go absolute wild, you know?
Yeah, soon. We're in season right now, so we're kind of trying to pay attention on getting to that goal right now because we started off the season kind of shaky.
You can tell I'm a recreational sports person rather than a pro by the fact
outside of season though they got me.
ready to go straight away. Let's talk a little bit about your journey getting into playing football in Mexico, because I'm sure we get a decent amount of listeners who are from the States and possibly played a lot of football growing up and then gone to college and didn't quite make that next step, and they didn't really know what to do with it. And we've spoken to a lot of semi-pro footballers who are trying to make it. So how do you get into the Mexican League? Like, how does that happen?
So I actually started off playing arena. There's this guy that actually helped me from off of Facebook. His agency is actually called Johnson Scouting, and I actually reached out to him to see about like how can I basically get my game to the professional level. He basically reached out to me, let me know that he could help me, and I ended up getting a call from a team. And when I got out there, like it was just a great experience, like just being with everybody. And I would say, like it was just a rough season because, like in Wichita, because I played for the Wichita Force, so we kind of had a rough season. Like it was a rough time out there.
Yeah.
But just like being the atmosphere and everything, it was just amazing. But just going from one step to the next is just like you have to use your resources. Like some people just don't understand the fact that like resources are really something that's really comes in handy in the long run, because like you just never know who can really help you to progress your game to the next level.
Yeah, definitely. And we've spoken to I've forgotten his name, but we've spoken to somebody from the Arena League before, plays for the Green Bay Arena team, and like he was just talking about trying to make this next step in his career, and arena ball sounds like a great way to go about, and a shit ton of fun as well, a bit of arena ball. And so just some guy just contacted you off Facebook and said, hey man, I've got an opportunity for you. Let's go play football. Yeah, let's go play football in Mexico. And what was it like when you first got there? What kind of feelings did you have when you first said, "Yeah, I'm going to be playing pro ball in Mexico"? And what was it like when you first got there?
So it just felt so surreal before I got here, because like I was just like, I don't know what to expect. Like when I first got out here, I was just like, I don't know how to handle it. Like, how's everything going to go? But I just knew I was ready to come out here and I was ready to play. So like when I got off the plane, it's just been love ever since I got here. Like when I got off the plane, the coaches, they were there at the airport to meet me. We had our owner Tank, which is one of our owners here. He was there as well. He came to meet me as well. It was me and actually our running back me and the other running back that we're both from the States, but we actually just broke 2 records here on the team. But yeah, I actually was the first offensive lineman to score a touchdown here.
Wow.
And it was actually the first touchdown of the season.
Tell us about that. It's got to be fake run pass play, right?
No, it was actually a fumble. It was a fumble, and I picked it up, and I was like 5 yards away, so I just turned around and scored.
Balling, got to be balling out. That's not a designed play. I think They
It
have
was
to
just
get
an
you in the game
instance.
now on designed runs. Surely, designed 5 yard runs. Surely that's got to be in the playbook somewhere now.
Yep.
Yeah, so you come in with the other running back who's from the States, and you have that kind of surreal feeling. And you say they take really good care of you, and that must be a really nice thing to kind of have, especially playing away from home. You say it's your first time outside of the States as well.
Yep.
They kind of, I suppose, being one of 10 at most imports kind of offers you some support. Like I feel like they're gonna make sure that you're all good.
Yeah, they're gonna make sure we're okay while we're down here, because it's like, obviously most of us, we do not speak. We actually have one of our imports. He actually does speak Spanish, so he's more understanding than we are. But it's the other five of us. We're sitting there with coaches, because our coaches actually, when they're talking to the whole team, they're straight Spanish.
Wow.
So we'll just look around, and sometimes we'll ask him, like, "Bro, what did they just say?"
So the coach is Mexican
bro.
as well.
You said what?
So the coach is Mexican as well.
Yes, they actually all are.
All right. In
The
a
whole
lot
coaching
of
staff.
these, that's crazy. In a lot of these like leagues, you often get American coaches. I know in the European League, a lot of it is just American coaches coaching German players, and I'm pretty sure they speak in English most of the time anyway. Especially in the European League. So yeah, that's amazing that there's kind of Mexican coaches coaching as well. What would you say your kind of average attendances at these games? What's the football scene looking like in Mexico at the minute?
So we'll probably have around, I'll say our first game of the season, we actually played away at the Dinos, and they actually have a baseball stadium. They play just like the Raiders used to have.
Yeah.
But that was probably around, I want to say 9,000.
Wow.
9,000? Not, yeah. I want to say around 9,000 in the stands.
Damn, that's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a big crowd to play in front of. That's
Very
a lot.
huge. It was loud in there.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think that the NFL games are getting played in Mexico City, which, by the way, Mexico City always gets better games than London, which is not fair. But anyway, besides the point. Do you think the NFL games in Mexico City are kind of helping grow that football fan base, or do you just think it's there for a long time?
I think that's actually helping grow the fan base, because like a lot of people out here, like they're still into like the soccer, like they're still heavily into soccer. And they don't really watch football. So like when we bring things up to some people, they just look at us like, oh, there's a football team out here. At like sometimes, but most times they actually heard of our team. But I would say like it's actually growing. Like I would say that it'll actually help grow.
Yeah, definitely. And you can kind of see, it's weird. You can see the fan base growing in London since then, but no team, like no like pro British leagues or anything. I think what we need is a like pro NFL team. I think that's our only step. I don't think we're gonna get involved in the European leagues and things like that. I think it'd just be mainly people from the States just playing in a London jersey with a few British players in there. I think something that also really helps is seeing a few more Mexican players in the NFL. I think that's like the next step. More and more Central American Mexican players coming through.
Oh, so it's actually amazing that you brought that up. So they actually have like a pathway down here. So in the LFA, for like the Mexican athletes that are out here, the Mexican football players, they actually have the CFL. The CFL is actually like a pathway. They come and actually give them a whole combine, and they give them a chance to showcase their talents to be able to make it.
Well, yeah, and that's great. That's so great, because the NFL is such an American sport, man. Like it is, like when my mum takes the piss out of my dad saying that he's American all the time rather than British, because he likes watching American football and he likes, I don't know, eating massive hamburgers and stuff, you know, those classic stereotypes. But it's so great to watch them kind of opening up and getting pathways. And I think the Cowboys, I'm Cowboys
they actually
fan.
have a lineman from down here too as well.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah.
Yep.
What's his name? He's one of my favorite guys on Hard Knocks last year, and he just completely blanked on
Oh
his name.
man, I forget his name. I'm horrible when it comes to names.
Shame. That's okay. Pop in the comments below if you remember his name, whoever's watching. Do you know who would know? Jay would know. Jay, when you're watching this and editing it, can you just put underneath like a big banner saying dude's name, like just right here? That'd be really helpful if you're able to do that. If not, then just cut this bit that I'm saying because it's not a funny joke anymore. So you're talking about pathways into the NFL, into the CFL, and things like that. Where do you kind of see? So this is a nice point in your career, soaking in some sun. Have you gone and watched a Mexican, like a soccer game while you're there?
No, I'm actually planning on trying to get to one before I leave too as well.
They're insane.
Yeah.
The Central American and South American football fans are absolutely next level, like absolutely insane. I would definitely give that a go. I'm pretty sure Monterrey have a team that in the Mexican Premier Division. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%. Don't call me on that. But anyway, You've got to go and watch them while you're there. But what's your next steps? Where are you looking to go from this?
So my goal has always been to play in the NFL and the CFL. Like that's like the highest football leagues that you could possibly play in.
Yeah.
So my goal is to just basically like play my heart out and get my film together and to be able to send it to different coaches. Give them to my agent to let him help us out. Help me out to get to the next level too as well. So just basically balling out while I'm out here. And not being
scoring more touchdowns. Scoring more touchdowns, that's always going to help, you know?
Yeah.
But most importantly, blocking so that the quarterback and the running back can kind of can make the big plays, you know? That's the offensive lineman's job. Have you got any stars on the team that you're thinking, apart from yourself, obviously, but you're thinking, next step up? Are you looking at a few guys and saying, yeah, dude, like that guy's an absolute animal?
I would say we have that's a long list. It's kind of a long list because we actually have a pretty good team. So that list can go on forever.
I think it's always amazing, like the depth of talent in American football, like considering how seriously you guys take school sports. Like that is next level. And I'm guessing your journey started at high school through college and then went through that. What college did you play at?
Actually, so coming out of high school, I went to Lincoln University in Pennsylvania.
All right.
And when I went there, I actually transferred after a semester because I wasn't really like my whole thing was like with going to college, like I had to love school and I also had to love the sport that I love playing. And it's like it wasn't able to be 1-on-1. So I actually ended up transferring to Dean College up in Massachusetts. So when I transferred to Dean, I was there for 4 years actually. I was there for 2 years during JUCO, and then I ended up crossing over when it became D3 and being there for D3. So I actually ended up playing D3 football, and it's been a great experience ever since. Like,
yeah, man, and what a great
to make it from Division 3 on up.
Grind your way up, you know. You got to grind your way to the top. You can't just like Tom Brady, greatest quarterback of all time. He didn't get it all. He didn't get it all handed to him. I don't know whether you agree on Tom Brady being the greatest quarterback of all time. Me and Jay have kind of had to bite the bullet on that one recently.
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan, so I was hurt back in 2005, but I felt amazing in 2018.
Oh man, shouldn't even be interviewing you, an Eagles fan. I can't believe Jay's coming along with an Eagles fan. Go on. Predictions for the NFC East this year. What have you got?
I have the Eagles coming out of there.
Yeah.
I have the Eagles coming out. And then I'll say the sleepers. The sleepers are the Redskins. The Redskins might be the sleeper team.
Yeah. Obviously the Cowboys are going to win the division.
Yeah.
In my eyes, but
my dad's a Cowboys fan, so we always go at it.
Oh shit! What did your dad do to you to upset you so much and made you an Eagles fan? Wow.
I'm from South Jersey, so I'm like 20 minutes away from Philly. So my dad, he's from Alabama, and He's been
Fair.
he's down in deep in the country.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think I've got Cowboys coming out of there. But Jay keeps on texting me, just taking the absolute piss, saying the Cowboys have done nothing to get any better, which is 100% true. Like the Cowboys are worse than last year somehow. They've got worse. And I want to be on the record here. Jalen Hurts is an absolute baller. I mean, I don't want him to play well, but he's an absolute baller.
Yeah, he's gonna do his job.
Yeah, he's a fucking winner. That's what that guy is. Like that dude
Yeah.
wins shit. Like he's not bothered about how talented he is. He goes out to win. And then the Commanders have got Wentz just falling apart again, and then the Giants are the Giants, so we shouldn't have to worry about them too much. But yeah, oh man, got to talk about to an actual football player, an actual pro football player, about predictions for the upcoming season. Obviously, way too early predictions as well. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, man. It's been absolutely great. It's been fascinating to hear about what football's like in Mexico, and Mexico is one of my bucket places to go travel to as well. So I might have to come up and check out the Monterrey football scene.
Most definitely.
All right, man.
It's been great talking to you too as well.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll have to have you back on, and you'll have to let us know how your season went, and you'll have to let us know how many more touchdowns you scored because the running back keeps on fumbling. He needs to stop fumbling the ball on purpose. To you is the real way to go about it. Thank you so much, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm gonna let you go now because I'm sure you've got some fun shit to do in Monterrey or some rest and recovery to do from your hard-hitting football career. So
yes, sir.
We'll see you later, man. Check this dude out back that way. Check this dude out whenever you can. See you later, buds. Bye-bye.
See you.
See you later, man. All right, guys. So that was an amazing interview. So good. And I'm just staying on a little longer than we normally would to kind of tell you about the exciting stuff that we've got coming up. So, exciting stuff we've got coming up. We've got Yankee and the Brit sports talk with me and Jay when Jay's back, talking about our predictions for the upcoming season and most importantly, our draft shit that's coming up, because that is something that we've both been working really hard on, some draft stuff. We've also got MMA Underground, our stalwart kind of thing. Go check MMA Underground out. It's every Wednesday at whatever time it is. I know it's 10 o'clock over here. So yeah, 10 o'clock. I think it's 2 o'clock and in some states, and then 11 o'clock in others. It's all very confusing. Go check that out. And go check out the Mark Out Wrestling podcast. Now, the Marked Out Wrestling podcast is actually starting to get a little bit of traction. So if you like wrestling, then go check that shit out as well. And our new show on basketball, because as you know, me and Jay know shit about basketball compared to most people. Well, not most people, but compared to the guys that we've got working on this show as well. So go check out the Well Beyond the Arc podcast, which premieres on the 30th of March. So go check that out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon, and we'll be back with Jay. Cheerio.